welcome to the Tome Topple readathon vlog. It's finally here. Today is the 8th of August. It's Saturday, I'm fairly sure. It's officially the first day. So, I have 2 weeks to read massive books. Sort of scared, very intimidated, but it's gonna be a very fun ride. Now, if you watched my TBR, you would have seen me mention that I am a mood reader and TBRs don't necessarily work for me. Surprise! So, I was going to start off reading Dark Age by Pierce Brown, which I still really want to get to in this readathon, but then a little book got released just the other day. We all know what it is. It's Midnight Sun. It's Edward's turn, as all the promo is saying. I am over Twilight, but am I really over it? I'm gonna have to read this. This is also the book club pick of the month, and it's a chunker. It's 750-ish pages long, and this boy is hefty, so it definitely counts for this readathon, but it pushes all the other books that I had on my TBR off for the time being. So it's nearly 2 o'clock on the first day of this readathon, and I've not read yet, but we'll fix that. And yeah, this check-in is basically to say that I have already derailed from my planned TBR, so wish me luck. Alright, I'm gonna go clean some of my house, read some of the book, and I'll check in with you later. Okay, so it's half an hour later, and let's see. Oh, I've just finished the first chapter of this book. And there are 2 things, which one of them is definitely petty, but I'm gonna point it out anyway. These aren't spoilers either, so never fear, but it's begun. So the first thing was on page 9, Edward again points out Bella's skin tone. Now, I know there were some problems in the original text with the author slagging against albinos and albinism, and she hasn't really edited that out. So this is how Edward describes her skin. He says, her skin was so translucent it was hard to believe it offered her much defense from the outside world. I could see the rhythmic pulse of blood through her veins under the clear, pale membrane. So it's already him pointing out the fact that he thinks / perceives her as weak because she has very pale skin. Okay? That's carrying on from the first book and the previous book, so oh, it's still bad. And then we have a spelling error. This book is over 10 years in the making. Hasn't it been like 12 years or something like that? Hi there, editing Alana here. So Twilight was actually released in 2005, which was 15 years ago. But I'm tentatively saying 12 years for this concept idea because, you know, she had other books coming out at the same time. But basically, it's been a very long time and you've had all this time to edit your grammatical errors and your spelling mistakes. Yep. Okay. And on page 20, down in here, let me show you. Hang on. Okay, let's see. So it says Alice must be concentrating very hard on Jasper. Insert the serious black meme right there because that was warranted. But anyway, as from those 2 things, it's what I thought it would be to start off with. It's Edward internalizing his thoughts, and that's where we're currently at. So, up to chapter 2, which is titled Open Book. And I've heard that the chapters in this are very long, and I've heard that it's also a lot of his internal dialogue and internal conflict of just not wanting to kill Bella. So that's where we're up to. Also, just quickly, I chose this bookmark, which is an old Fairy Loot bookmark, and I thought it fit because it's a girl with a monster behind her. I don't know. The weird things like this make my brain happy to simply match a bookmark with a book. These are the random bits of information that you did not ask for, but which you are getting. Also, I should mention that I am on a bit of a vampire kick anyway as it is, because I was currently reading The Beautiful by Renee Adiehi, and I am up to page 325 of this, so I have like maybe 100 pages to go, but I needed to stop to pick up this, and this is vampires but very subtle. It's not this type of vampires. This is Smoke and Dagger type supernatural beings. So my point is, I was already reading this, which is vampires even though it is quietly supernatural. And yesterday while I was journaling, I also started V-Wars, mainly for the fact that it has Ian Somerhalder in it. I think that's his name. He played Damon Salvatore in The Vampire Diaries. And look, he's in another vampire show. And he's married to Nikki Reed, who played Rosalie in these movies. So everything is just vampires at the moment for me. Which, hey, I'm not even mad. Also very keen for Jay Kristoff's new book, which is Empire of the Vampire, which will be out next year. So I think they're having a recurrence and they're coming back into fashion, but this is gonna be a lot of internal thoughts. But that's where we're currently at on day one. I'm gonna go do the stuff now, and you might get an update for some more fun little silly sentences here and there. But as for that, we shall see. Oh yeah, looks like a fun day. Hello! So yeah, it's officially day 3 of Tome Topple. I am updating you from in the library with terrible lighting because I just got home from work. And books, and we're talking about books. On point. So I've made the decision that I will not be updating this vlog every single day just because it is a 2-week long readathon and I only really want to be updating when something is happening to keep it fresh. So today I actually picked up an audiobook because I did say that I wanted an audiobook for this readathon too, just to help myself out. So I decided on The Favoured Child, you can't see it here, maybe I'll pop a photo here, by Philippa Gregory. And I don't think I'm actually doing myself a favour with this one because the audiobook is 24 hours long. It's very long. I have to sit down. So the audiobook is very long and now I am a bit afraid. It's also a book that it's the second one in a series and I didn't enjoy the first one in the series quite so much, so I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this one, and I am about 2 hours into it because I listen to my audiobooks on 1.75 speed. And already there's a character that is just an arsehole and they're annoying me. So that's great. Also with the first book, there's like themes of incest and it's coming through in this one. Not quite yet, but I think we're heading there again. Not my favorite theme, to be honest. Philippa Gregory's writing style definitely becomes more refined because this is her first book trilogy that she ever published and she gets a lot better. She really, really does. So that's what I'm currently consuming with my ears. As for with my eyeballs, I am now 155 pages into this hefty one. And look, it's everything that I thought it would be. We have a very possessive Edward already. He talks about, you know, not wanting to be the creepy vampire stalker and then to literally watching her sleep in her bed at night. So, and killing a spider that walks across the room because what if that kills Bella? Like, he is very over the top and just a lot. But anyway, it's going how I thought it would go. I do want to see more of his family, so I'm hoping that that starts to come through because so far we've got like snippets, but other than that, it's just him obsessing major over Bella. I mean, it's expected, so we're right on track. So that's what I'm currently reading and listening to. So far I'm feeling okay about things. I know it's only day 3 and the early confidence is the thing, but I am feeling optimistic that I can complete at least a tome during this readathon. Anyway, dinner time. I'm gonna go eat some food and then I might read or journal. I feel like journaling. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, catch you in the next few days. Good morning and happy Thursday. It's currently nearly 10 a.m. on day 6, potentially. I am starting my morning off very slow. I'm a little bit tired, but that's fine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a candle on. This is the Nina Zenik candle from Fairy Tales Candles. They are amazing and it smells so good. So self-care this morning consists of a candle lit, ready to go. It also consists of catching up on some booktube. I'm watching Sam from Thoughts on Tomes this morning. She's great. I love her. And it consists of tea. So I bought this random little pack of tea selections, and usually I don't drink anything but like black tea that I can put a bit of milk in. But I've got some ones to choose from in here. So we're going to do something different this morning, and we're going to pick one. So I have green rose. I have lemongrass and ginger. I have China jasmine, tummy tea, and packs of peach. I don't know. There's too many. Maybe green rose, packs of peach, or lemongrass and ginger. Flavored green tea in a bag. Maybe I'll start my morning off with some healthy green tea and some really unhealthy bread. Because that's where I'm currently at. Oh, that smells good. Okay, we're gonna do this one. So let's talk about where I'm currently at with Tome Topple. I am about, I wanna say, 250 pages into Midnight Sun. Yep. The angst is real. The self-loathing has continued. Why am I surprised? If anything, it's making me not like Edward at all, really. I think he was better seen through the lens of Bella, because we just skip all that self-loathing and he assumes a lot. All his assumptions that he just makes on the fly, we skip all that shit. But no, in his book, we get it all. But yeah, it's, he's very obsessive, and it's taking a lot of energy to read this, and I find myself reading like 20 pages and then I end up on my phone, or I end up watching Netflix, or I'm doing something else instead of reading. So I am a little bit concerned because I don't want this book to slump me, but it's kind of feeling that way. So my plans for today are to just smash read at least 150 pages. I'm hoping that that happens, because I just need to get over this little bump in the road and continue on. As for my audiobook read, that one, it's faring a little bit better, but like I said in my last sort of check-in, Philippa Gregory is a little bit heavy-handed in this series because I think it is her first one. But also, Richard is just, he is something else. I cannot stand him. I just cannot stand him. Every time the narrator puts his voice on, my skin just crawls. And also this series, just the themes at its core, very questionable, because in the first one there was some incest, and by some I mean a lot. And in Favored Child, we're now getting an element where the sexual things that are explored in this series so far are just uncomfortable. So I'm gonna leave it at that in case you still want to read her entire backlist like I intend on doing. But it's just, it makes my skin crawl. And then you have Richard, who is also an asshole. But I'm liking the main character, who is Julia. But also sometimes I'm like, just stand up for yourself a little bit, and just like, I'm not about physical violence, but just punch him maybe a little bit. So out of the two books, I am liking Favored Child more. I find myself drawn to wanting to just listen to it normally, not just segregate it to my drives to work. But that's not my focus for today. The focus is Midnight Sun, and I've decided to do a reading vlog for it, entirely filled with spoilers, a separate vlog of its own. And I'm filming that vlog alongside of this Tome Topple one. And the sass is real in that video. I can't hold back. So keep an eye out for that, because that's where all the angst that I'm feeling towards the book is getting funneled into that video. So we've made our tea, we've put our candle on. I'm going to go read some of that book. I'm staring at it and it's so big. Why does it need to be that big? Fuck. I'm gonna go do that. Have a great day. What day is it?
Friday.
Friday.
14th.
Hello and happy Friday. It's currently halfway through Tome Topple and I have read a little bit, but not a whole heap. I'm still working my way through this one. I am 400 pages into it and it's rough. So that's happening. We are currently, hello? We are currently at the beach, so this is what we are looking at. We're gonna play around with this new camera a little bit and I'm gonna read. So that's what we're gonna do and let's get to it. Hello, good morning. It's Saturday, about 11:15, and I thought I would share an update. So, as for where I'm currently up to for my Tome Topple goals, look how far I made it yesterday. These are all tabs that I need to talk about in my reading vlog for this, so buckle up for that. But this bookmark here is where I'm up to, so I only have this to go. Thank God. I'm on page 572, so just under 200 pages to go. I'm hoping to get a big chunk of that done today because I want to put this down when I finished it. I've come this far, I have to finish it, and pick up Dark Age. This is what's getting me through that because this is the reward. If I finish Midnight Sun, I get to read a book that I actually really want to read, and I'm holding out. I'm very excited to get to this. So those are my current plans. As for what I'm doing right now, I wanted to set up my next bullet journal. So I've been using the School of Life bullet journals, and as you can see, this one is getting very full. I have a new one here. This is the exact same journal, just a different color, and that's how full they get. So I'm looking to set up my new bullet journal while I listen to some more of The Favored Child. I've actually made a fairly decent chunk in this because I only have 12 hours and 42 minutes left to go. So I think this started out as like a 23-hour long audiobook. So I'm halfway through this as well, which makes me very excited because I am enjoying the majority of it and I'm enjoying it more than the first book. So very, very keen to get down to do some journaling, listen to my audiobook, and just chill out. At the start of my bullet journal for 2020, I did a little title page, and then I had bookshelves that I drew in, and these are all the books that I've read so far this year. There's 10 books to a shelf, so I've read 72 books so far, which is insane. My goal was 50, but there they are. So as you can see, I'm going to put a similar spread here to continue on with that because it's just nice to have it all in the one spot. And then I have my bookish goals. Some of these have happened, some of them have not. Okay, sorry if the audio or the picture of this is different. My camera just went flat. So I'm just going to show you how I end up when I get there.
No, I said. She's an acre child. It is my duty to know what is happening.
Good morning. So it's been a few days. It's been a hot minute since I have jumped on and vlogged. It's currently Tuesday at about 7:45, so I really have to leave for work in about 5 minutes, but I thought I would just quickly update you on the reading progress because I did finish The Favored Child last night. Let's see, The Favored Child, it was good. I enjoyed it more than the first book. There were the similar themes of weird sexual perversions in it, so that was a little bit weird, but that was in there. I did enjoy the character of Julia a lot more than Beatrice in the first book, but I think I've already mentioned that. She was more sort of toned down, but still had this quiet strength about her, so that was really good. There were a few things though that were very sort of plot convenient and were there and happened within like a second, and then that led to where the character needed to go. So a few times I sort of thought about skipping back the audiobook just to see if what I had heard had happened that quickly. But other than that, I think it will probably be like a 3.75, 3.5 stars. Not my favorite historical fiction Philippa Gregory book, but an improvement on the first one. So now I'm thinking in a few months' time I will probably have to finish the trilogy off via audiobooking because I need a little break, like I did after the first book when I read that a few months ago. Reset, and then I'll come back to it again. As for Midnight Sun, I am about 100 pages off from finishing this, I think. Let's just check. Okay, so that little part left over from this side of the bookmark, that's what I've got left. So I'm nearly done, and thank God, because problematic, very problematic. Though, can I just say that Jasper is the real hero of this book? If you've read it, you'll know, but it's made me love him even more and despise Edward even more. So, Team Jasper? Yeah, I think that's safe to say. It being Tuesday, I am a little bit behind on my TBR, and by a little bit I mean a lot, because I had also hoped to pick up Dark Age, but there are 3 days left of this readathon, and I don't think I'm gonna get this done. I might get it started, but we shall see. Hopefully next time I update you, I've finished Midnight Sun, because that's my revised goal for this readathon, is to finish 2 books instead of the 3, because realistically, that's how I see it panning out. Have a great day. Okay, does anyone else do that thing where they may not have vlogged for a certain amount of days for a readathon, and then they just try and cram it all into the last couple of days? Here we are. So it's Wednesday, and we are on day blah of this readathon. It ends on Friday, and I fell asleep reading this last night on the couch, and because I fell asleep holding it on the couch, I didn't have my bookmark, and then when I woke up, it was closed. So I think I'm somewhere, I don't know, like around here-ish. I've only got about 20 pages to go, but man, it's dragging. Like, we've just had the big climactic point happen. If you've seen the movie of the first book, or if you've read the first book, you'll know the dance studio. We're done, okay? We're done. Why do I need the rest of this? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in there somewhere random. Basically, I'm tired. And I'm feeling a little bit guilty that I haven't checked in a whole lot more, because usually my vlogs I do. But yeah, this morning I watched a little bit of Olivia Reads a Latte while I put my face on and got ready for work. And now I've got to go. I got to go sell some books. I'm also hoping to start another book today, so hopefully that happens and I update you. Tomorrow there will definitely be a new book started. I just haven't decided on what it is yet, because I have a few reading commitments that I have to fulfill. We'll talk more about that later when we get to it. So yeah, happy Wednesday. I hope your Tome Topple is a little bit more productive than mine, but I also have to tell myself that reading this much is a lot and an achievement in itself. So I don't know, just having one of those days where I'm feeling like I should be more productive than what I am, but I should cut myself some slack, but I'm not really good at doing that, and I just want to be doing all the things, but then end up tired because I try and do too much. So that's where we're currently at on Wednesday. I'll check in with you later. Hello. Okay, that's better. So, it's the end of my day, and I thought I would start packing up my bookshelves. Hence these boxes. So, I started off with 5 big Harper boxes. I think I'm gonna need more. But here's where we're currently starting at. I promised you more of a check-in because check-ins have been sparse the last couple of days. Well, besides from yesterday, but we covered this morning. But I do want to be in my PJs, so I'm gonna get changed. Okay, so now that I'm all comfy, the reading update. Let's get closer. So I actually started another audiobook within the last couple of days, and that is The House in the Cerulean Sea. So I am about, I'm actually 50% of the way through this already, and I only started this, I want to say a day or two ago, and it's going really well so far. I can understand why a lot of people love this book. I would classify it as like middle grade young fiction, and it's about an orphanage and this caseworker who has to go and assess this orphanage for peculiar children. It's not Miss Peregrine's. I love this so much. It's just, there are so many great messages in this without it being preachy and without it being like an issues book. They're just slipped in there, and TJ Klune, I think that's the author's name, they are just killing it. I love this book. So very keen to continue on with that. And like you saw on my lunch break there, I started an ebook. I don't usually read a lot of ebooks, but I got sent an ARC through the Nerd Daily, which is the website that I always leave linked in my description because they are amazing and I do write articles for them sporadically, and they were kind enough to send me an advanced reader copy of The Ghost Tree by Christina Henry. So I have started my notes already for my little review that I'll be doing, and it's been a good time so far. I don't think I can tell you too much about it just yet because I'm not very far into it. But just know I'm loving it. You, hop up. Hop up. And yeah, those two reading updates had nothing whatsoever to do with Tome Topple, but I'm thinking because I only have 2 days left that I will be moving on from the big books shortly because I have other things that I need to be doing and reading and reviewing, like the Christina Henry book, and I just don't see myself finishing another 700-page book within 2 days, and I don't like to start something unless I know that I'm going to be able to finish it within the goal. So Dark Age may wait for a little while longer, but as for this big bad thing, I didn't pick this up on my lunch break. I picked up the ARC instead of this because you can probably tell I'm over it. I'm so over it. So let's try and find where we are. We did hear a bit about Alice's backstory, sort of down here somewhere in the book, and again, I feel like Stephanie Meyer went, here is something interesting. Now forget about that. Let's just focus on the Edward and Bella love story, which we have seen and heard about already 100 times. So she gives you a little tidbit and then just says, don't worry about that anymore, which I was there for the little tidbits. I was there for the family exploration, hopefully, and it hasn't really happened. So you tease me with an Alice potential backstory and then you say, nope. And you tease me with some Edward as a newborn, and then you just stop because we don't need to explore that anymore, apparently. And it is what it is. So that will probably be it for today's check-in. Tomorrow we might do some fun stuff. I don't know. Stay tuned. Okay, hello, good morning. It's Saturday. So the Tome Topple readathon officially ended yesterday. I know that I did say on, was it Wednesday, that I would take you along with me on Thursday and show you all the fun stuff. That didn't end up happening because I had planned on going to the shops and then I didn't really want to be out in it all. Mainly I just didn't really feel like going out, so instead what did I do? I ended up doing some journaling. I tried to hang some washing out as well because it was a chores day, and Evie, yep, she did the Evie thing where she tried to steal everything. In fact, she did steal a few things. Then I had to wrap up a present for our little nephew, and I just did a little bit of a tidy there as well. So a few things did get done, more of a chores day, because that's usually my first day off, is a relaxation and chores day, so that I feel a bit productive but also get to just chill for a bit, but not interesting enough for me to take you with me the whole day. Also, towards the end of this vlog, you would have sort of noticed that I lost momentum a little bit there, which I expected to happen. It was a 2-week long readathon, and it's bound to happen. Like, you burn out a little bit, or at least I did, and I still think that my vlog ended up okay. It was just, I got a little bit tired towards the end there, so that's fine. You would have also seen me mention a couple of times that I was really looking forward to picking up Dark Age, and unfortunately I didn't get around to it. I could have potentially pushed myself harder, but at the same time I didn't want that to impede on my reading experience for Dark Age, because I am anticipating it. I didn't want some expectations to come into it and my experience just end up not liking it. So I did leave that one. I will pick it up another time. But as for the 2 books that I did finish, you saw me reading Midnight Sun. What a ride. And you also saw me listening to The Favoured Child by Philippa Gregory. All in all, not my most highly rated books to have read in a readathon. I think this ended up getting 3.5 stars. I did enjoy this one better than the first book in the trilogy, but it was fine. And then this one, did I mention I gave this 1.5 stars, so that was fun. Also, you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, Stephanie Meyer has just said that she's going to be writing 2 more books in the Twilight universe. You probably know what I'm going to say about that, and that is why. But yeah, all in all, I think that I still did incredibly well. These were really thick books, and I did complete 2. So I think at the start of the vlog I mentioned that if I had completed 1 tome, then I would count this as a success. So double success. So in the rating schemes of things, because I know there was that little bingo card that you could complete if you wanted to, I don't know where I ended up with that, because like I said in my TBR video for this, I wasn't working towards trying to complete challenges or anything like that. I just wanted to finish a couple of books, vlog it, and yeah. So don't know where I ended up on the bingo card, but if I decide to do some research and editing me, here's another job, I'll pop what I ended up being categorized as here. Overall, I do enjoy this readathon. I will be participating in another round when that does come up. I think it's a super chill readathon with the opportunity to do more, but if you want to do less and sort of chill like I did, you can do that too. So that will be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below 1 tome that you want to pick up, and also the reason why you haven't so far, because I think that could be interesting. And yeah, I'll see you in another one. Bye!